We're here at Galerie Bétra-Sondouze in the Belgo in Montreal, and I'm giving you a quick tour through my exhibition, Land Claim. The project is about mining in northern Quebec. I'm looking in that project at two mines, one in the planning stage, that's that video here, and the other one which is already in operation. Mining takes place often in the dark, when it's underground, like we see in that video here. But mining is actually also very hidden from the public eye. Accessing a mine is not really easy. So mining is about darkness, and I think that's a subject which really interested me. One of the questions for me was I looked in that project, how to take a photo of a miner, and this is actually something really difficult because miners are in the dark, and when I went down to the mine there was absolutely no light, so the resulting image is actually just the miner in the dark and his headlight, what we are seeing. Behind me are two images. They're actually a diptych. The title is Poles, and it refers to the pole in the north and the pole in the south. The pole in the north is the actual mine in Raglan, and the pole in the south is the headquarter of the company who owns the mine. For that project I spent about 2 weeks in the community of Aupaluk. Aupaluk is in northern Quebec, that's about 2,000 kilometers north of Montreal. There's an iron ore mine in planning stage. They actually planned that mine for already since the 1960s. One thing I was interested was to look at the drill holes, to go in the landscape and to see where the mine will take place, to have a look at the land right now, because when they're going to build that mine, the current landscape will be completely destroyed. So that whole mining project will have a big impact on that community. And when I was there, in 2013, there were actually two mining companies prospecting, planning, and there was constantly the sound of helicopter over the village, and it really kind of like felt, to me, it felt almost being a little bit in a war zone, and the village felt for me as if it was under siege, and that's why I called that series Under Siege. We have here a map which shows a bit the territory where there is a needle. That's where I took the actual photos. The mine in Aupaluk, if this is going to happen or not, will pretty much depend on the price of iron ore. And so what I did as an extra piece is I put an iron ore chart here on that window. You see that here. This is what you see in the background is the iron ore price since the year 2000. You see it skyrocketed around 2008 and 9, and since then it came down. The reason why it skyrocketed was because the Chinese economy was booming at that time. And so basically the destiny of that Inuit village in northern Quebec is really dependent on the Chinese economy. This is a video which shows the headquarter of Xstrata. Xstrata, at that time when I made the project, owned that mine, and when you pick up these headphones, you hear the CEO of Xstrata, Mick Davis, talking about under which condition they relocate Aboriginal communities. That image here is called Miners. It's sort of a group photo for me of miners. What we see is actually only their headlamps because I couldn't get the miners, a group of miners in front of my camera. because they're in the dark, but also logistically that's almost impossible. Yeah, and this is already the last image of the show. That image is called Traders. It's actually the building of Glencore. Glencore is the new owner of the Raglan mine. Glencore is known as a commodity trader, but recently they bought also Extrada, and they have now they now also own mines. What I liked about this image is that they have really all the blinds closed, so it's again something hidden. You can't really see inside what's going on.